I'm looking in the inside now, claiming what I lost and found. I'm on this journey, returning to the old me.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to another journal entry video. I am your sister, the Keysakes, and y'all, today I just need to vent. I just need to get some stuff off my chest. I just need to talk. I just feel like my mind is clouded. Like, a lot is going on, and I just feel like, oh, God, what are you doing? Like, I'm really over it, to say the least. But I just feel like I need to release and then give God control. Like, I need to say it, leave it at his feet, and allow him to do what only he can do. Where do we start this job? Oh my goodness. So we know the backstory, for those of you who watch the vlogs and stuff, because I kind of mentioned it in there. So it came to be that my job had told me that on December the 29th, that was going to be my last day. That week, all of a sudden, they changed their mind. It was like, hey, we can keep you. You can stay. We'll figure it out as we go. So this week, I go into the office, and it's like everybody is micromanaging me. Everybody. You got work to do? What you doing? You got this, you got this, you got this. Like, they finding me downtime work. Grateful that I still have a job, that I'm being able to receive income. But what's coming along with me staying has been so frustrating to me. And it's making me realize why God told me do not take this into my 2024. And part of me feels like, that's what you get for being disobedient. But the other part of me is just like, but God, I need the income. I need the money. Like, what's good? So I'm kind of like in this very weird space when it comes to work. Them people that stay upstairs from me, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to move. I'm so grateful, so thankful for my apartment. So glad that God put me here. But when I say these upstairs neighbors have been giving me the blues, they have been giving me the blues, and I'm sick. I'm not sick. I rebuke that. I'm over it. I'm just over it. Like, they loud for no reason. It's like they not considerate of the fact that other people stay here, and I'm just back to my job. If you can't tell, I'm just like really frustrated. Like, I'm frustrated, but it's so crazy because it's like I'm frustrated, but I got so much joy and so much peace that it's just the weirdest thing ever. But with the job, I just feel like I'm in this crazy space. Like, I don't know what to do. Every time I feel like I got a plan, I feel like God says psych, or he says gotcha, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Am I not sitting with you long enough? Am I being disobedient? Did I miss the last set of instructions you gave me? Like, what is it? Because right now I do not feel like me and God is on one accord when it comes to working. It's like every time I feel like I know what he's saying, I get sidetracked, or I get lost, or I don't know. The best way to explain my life right now is that scripture where it says something like a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. That's how I feel about my life currently. I feel so unstable. I feel double-minded, and it's just like, no, that's not how I was expecting my 2024 to start. I wanted to be grounded. I wanted things to be solidified. I wanted to know what it is I was doing, where I was going. I wanted to be able to write the vision and make it plain, but it's just like I can't even hear God for real enough to even write it, or to, you know. And then I feel like when I do hear him, it's him coming for me, and or him humbling me, and I'm sick and tired of that too. Like, it's real life ghetto. It's honestly ghetto, and I don't know. So another thing I had mentioned in the vlog was going to hair school. So I applied last week, last Friday or Saturday. I put in the application. The school called me this week. Tuesday I had an interview with them to like go over like the school details and stuff. Wednesday, the lady called me. I got accepted into the program. One of the biggest things that I was worried about was financial aid. Financial aid told me that they'll pay for me to go to school. Like I would have a $0 balance if I went to cosmetology school. So I got accepted into the school, everything. The woman was trying to decide, like, do I want to do full-time? Do I want to do part-time? I wanted to do full-time, but I'm terrified to leave my job. Not gonna hold you. I'm a little scared because what I'll discuss later on down the line, when it comes to finances right now, it's like I trust God, but it's like I need him to move a little differently from what he's been doing. So when it came to like, do you want to do full-time, part-time? I'm like, let's just stick to part-time for now so I can continue to work my job. But then I have this uneasiness about that. So the lady tells me everything and I'm like, okay, everything sounds good. I get excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm finally finna do this, da 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 da. Like, cause this has been an ongoing thing for forever. Like, I'm gonna go to cosmetology school, I'm not gonna go to cosmetology school. I'm gonna go to cosmetology school, I'm not gonna go to cosmetology. Like, it's just been a back and forth thing. And so yesterday she had sent me like the official document that I needed to sign to like, you know, solidify everything. And then she sent me what I need to do if I wanted to get the scholarship so I can get some extra money. So the lady sent, now my job prior to this, as soon as they send me a document, I'm sending it right back, Yesterday, she sent me this document. She was like, it's 4 pages that you need to sign. And this will be, you know, this will make it official. You'll finally be accepted into school. She sent this document and I get this uneasiness that I cannot explain. I had absolutely no peace. So I didn't sign it. I'm like, God, what is this about? I'm like, God, don't you want me to go to school? Like, don't you want, because I had seen this post a few weeks back of this girl. She was just like, how we need more people in like the different service based industries, like, you know, cosmetology, hair, nails, all of these service providers who are Christian and who has a faith-based business, not Christian, but who has a faith-based business, and you don't feel like you have to conform to the world when you're in their establishment. And so when I seen it, I was like, see, this is what I want to do. And I felt like that was God confirming to me, like, it's time for you to pursue your dreams. So yesterday when I had this uneasiness, I'm like, God, what is this? Like, I thought we was on one accord. I thought this was what we were supposed to be doing. I thought school was supposed to be the route I was supposed to take. And God he also humbly, so gently told me, and if you hear God, you know what I mean when I say God said it to me. What God revealed to me was that the only reason why I was trying to pursue cosmetology school was because I wanted a backup plan. Because I didn't truly believe that what he called me to do, I would be successful in. And that, like, it sucker punched me because it made me check my heart. My heart is in a place now where I'm trying to do things to provide for myself rather than trusting that God, Jehovah Jireh, will be my provider and provide for me. And yeah, and once again I'm making my career path, I'm making my job, I'm making business an idol, because I'm trying to do things and I'm putting it above what God has called me to do. And so I had to sit with that today. So I'm like, am I not going to cosmetology school? So another thing that I thought I was doing, that's like counsel. So it's like, okay, I'm at this job and at this point I'm miserable, like I'm faking a funk, and I don't like doing that. It's an environment that's not conducive to I bet y'all can hear that. It's not an environment that's conducive to my well-being, or it's just so negative. They're so messy. It's so much drama, and it's just like, please, no, stop. Like, I fought so hard to no longer gossip, to no longer be messy, to, you know, I'm not a child anymore. I don't condone in those type of things. And it's like, you're sucking me into your environment. No, I don't conform when they try to bring it to me, but it's the fact that I don't even want to be around it. And yes, I know that that's everywhere, like it's inevitable, but I would rather be in the place that God put me in, have grace there, so that when people do stuff to me or say stuff to me, it just rolls off of me. Right now I feel like I'm sitting with it because I don't feel like I'm graced to be there anymore. I don't feel like I know that God is with me, but I don't feel like he's with me because of me being disobedient and staying at this job. And like, it's hard because everything in me is telling me leave, 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 leave. Just allow God to do what God is going to do. But then there's the part of me where it's like, financially, I'm terrified. Yes, God provided for me to get in this place. Yes, God did all of these different things, but it's been rough. Like, I'm having to depend on other people to help me pay my bills right now. And it's just like, God, what's good? You calling me out of the job, I need to see you move on my behalf. I came home the other day and my lights was disconnected. My lights was disconnected. And yes, thank God I had the money to pay it, but it's just like, well, I didn't have the money to pay it. I was able to get the money to pay it. But it's just like, I told God, I had this long conversation with him. I'm just like, you called me here. You sent me here. This was not a Kiara decision. This was a God decision. So therefore, I need you to be the God that you say you are and move on my behalf. You said that I should lack nothing. You said that you would do exceedingly and abundantly above all else in my life. I don't even see you doing that. I said, your word says that the trees and the lilies and the birds, they don't have to worry about what they're going to eat or nothing like that. So why not, you know, I wish I could find the scripture. If they don't have to worry, you provide for them. Why are you not providing for me? What is it that I'm doing? What am I not being a good steward of that you don't step in and show up and show out for me like I've seen you do for other people? And I've seen God provide for me before, so I'm just like, what is so different about this time? And it makes me go back to, maybe my financial situation isn't changing because I know I don't supposed to be at this job, so it brings me back to that. But it's just like, God dang, how do I look with, like, right now my mom helps me pay my bills. Thank you, Jesus, for my mother. She helps me so that I'm still able to live a life, because I've literally cut down on everything that I do. I do my own hair. I was going to the nail shop. That was the one thing I was treating myself to. Now I do my own nails. I do my own feet. Literally I buy the necessities and stuff I need, but as far as like going out doing all of the crazy stuff, I keep my movie pass so that I can go and take myself to the movies when I want to. But it's just like, I don't have like right now I feel like I'm surviving rather than living. And I'm like, God, I know that that's not why you called me to Texas. I know you didn't call me you didn't call me here to leave me here, or for me to be stressed out, for me to be worried, for me to be feeling like I'm battling depression, because I don't have depression. I will not speak that over my life. But to feel like I'm going through these things, like, it makes absolutely no sense to me. So I'm just like, God, what do I need to do? What is happening? So I've just been in a place where I was watching Leslie Osei's video, and she was just talking about, like, when you are a visionary, when God has called you to do something, you sit high. So when you respond, you need to respond like you are high. And so I've been like changing the way I pray. I pray now, not from a place of sadness or a place of fear or a place of, God, can you? But I pray from a place of victory. I pray from a place of, you said what you said. I put God back in remembrance. And that's the position that I'm in right now, because I'm like, God, and this has been like a 48-hour thing. Like, when I say all of these things is fresh, y'all, all of these things is very fresh. And I just been like really frustrated. So I was like, let me just talk about it. And I never thought I would be the one come on the internet talking about some bills this, bills that. But I'm trying to be transparent, because I talk a lot about how God moved me here. But let's not get it twisted. It has not been easy along this way. Yes, God God has provided every step of the way. But that has been with some toiling, that has been with some beating, that has been with some pressing, that has been with some shaking, that has been with some lifestyle changes, that has been with some things. Like, my life has changed a lot since I moved here. Spiritually, I've grown on a whole different level, but in the natural, the financial, that part, so it's tied. Sis is tied. Like, the amount of money that I make now, I was making more than that back home in Mississippi, which is one of the poorest states. So, and that's like a whole lifestyle change. So all of the things that I used to do, like my bills and stuff there, like I could afford to live a nice lifestyle and still go out, do things, travel and do the things, because I was able to make the money. But to make less than what I was making in Mississippi and then come up here still with the same car note but more expensive rent, it's just like, what is going on? And so I'm like really frustrated. I'm like, God, you have to show up, you have to provide. But then I sit back and I'm just like, count it all joy, because I know that what I'm going through right now is temporary. It will not last always, because joy comes in the morning. And I do believe that this is a season where I'm going to reap the harvest if I faint not. And I feel like I have not fainted not thus far. Yes, I've done a little murmuring and a complaining. I've repented for it, but I haven't fainted, because last time I would have been ready to pack up my stuff and go home, because I don't have to live like this. I'm choosing to live like this because God, you sent me here. And I know that what you are doing is building something on the inside of me. It's developing something on the inside of me. So I'm trusting that what I'm going through right now is building the endurance. It's building the capacity. It's teaching me how to be a better steward of the things that you're going to bless me with in the future. So I'm just trying to be mindful of how I react, what I say, what I do, and all of these different things, because I know it's building character. I'm trying to allow patience to have her perfect work. I'm trying to do those things, but I'm not gonna hold you. If I said that this journey has been so easy, I will be lying. I am in a space right now where I am just like, God, if you don't come through, what that song say, Lord, do it for me. Because he the only person that can do it. Nobody else can do for me right now in this season unless he gives them the okay to be a blessing to me. I'm like, God, send me a ram in the bush. Like, what is it? Like, well so I just been in this place where I just been so frustrated. And tomorrow we supposed to be having a prayer board party, and I was so overwhelmed by life today. I was ready to cancel it. My friend had to get me together. She had to take a moment. Thank God I have people in my life who hold me accountable and who don't mind calling me out, because like she said, we don't know what God was going to do tomorrow in that room. And so I thank God that she shifted. But when I say my mind was so clouded, I was so overly stimulated that I was just like, I'm good on all this. Cancel the event. Like, we don't need no prayer board party. We can pray on our own. Like, that's how I was feeling. I was so frustrated. And like she said, it was just the enemy causing opposition. He was playing with my mind. He was trying to play with me. And it's 2024. No longer will the enemy play with me. Like, do he not know who I am? Like, my Father sits high and looks low. Like, sir, you cannot continue to play with me. And I have to remember, girl, you have too much power and authority. God speaks to you. God talks to you. You need to silence this world, and you need to get in your prayer closet. You need to start fasting. You need to push that plate away, and you need to feed yourself with the word, because it's been too many times that the enemy has caught you off guard. And that means that you are not being a good steward of the prophetic gifting that God has given you. God speaks to you prophetically. So why are you not being a good steward of what he has warned you about in your dreams previously? Why are you not taking good note of what he is saying to your dreams now? Why are you not sitting with God long enough for an interpretation? Nothing should catch you off guard when you are an intercessor, when you are a prophetic person, when you are a friend of God, because he talks to friends. He talks to his friends. He talks to us. So it's just like, girl, you're not doing what you're supposed supposed to do. That's why these attacks are steady coming back to back to back to back to back. And how are you responding? Are you even fighting, or are you laying down? I was telling my friend the other day, I'm like, you need to fight back. Now I'm in a space where I'm like, girl, you need to fight back. You need to fight back. God says that you are the head and not the tail. You are above and not beneath. You are a lender and not a borrower. That he has never seen the young begging for bread or the righteous forsaken. If his word says that, you need to stand on it. God gave me a business, and it's based off of Deuteronomy 8:18. God told me that this would be the year that I will see wealth. I will be wealthy in the mind. I will be wealthy in the spirit, and I will be wealthy in my finances. So it's just like, if God has given you these declarations, if he has spoken over your life, are you going to believe the lies of the enemy, or are you going to believe what it is that God has spoken over you? If he is a man who shall not lie, and his word shall not return to him void, that means if he said you are wealthy now. So you have to believe it. You have to walk in it. You have to come into agreement with it. And you need to show God, I am wealthy. It might not look like it right now, but I am wealthy. Like Prophetess Tiffany say, I'm just a, what she say, I'm a wealthy person just in a poor situation. She said something like that. She said something like that. So it's just like, I'm right now, I'm just in a poor season, but it's just temporary. And so I'm having to remind myself of this. I'm having to affirm myself. I'm having to encourage myself. I'm having to speak declarations over myself. I'm not gonna lie, lately, before I finished watching that video with Leslie Osei, my prayer life had been little to none. I was praying these little small basic prayers. God cover me, anoint me from the head, top of my head to the sole of my feet. Let me be blessed going and blessed coming. I come up against any spiritual and demonic attack that's pending to come against me in the spirit realm. The basic prayers. But I have not been warring in the spirit. And you have to war when you are going through warfare. The enemy is not afraid of your sit down. He's not afraid of your leave me alone. He's not afraid of your flee. He's not afraid of it. If you're not calling out Jesus' name, if you're not speaking with authority, he looking back at you like, girl, if you don't sit down. And that's how I've been fighting him. I've been fighting him like he's stronger than me. I've been allowing him to win, but there's no more. No more, no more, no more. My mind belongs to Jesus. My mind belongs to Jesus. And because it belongs to him, I cannot be double-minded. I cannot be confused. I cannot be wavering. I cannot be going back and forth. I have to stay committed. I have to stay grounded. I have to trust and believe what he has said. And that's just where I'm at. I'm like, God, whew, my church is about to get ready to go on a fast. And I'm so excited. I think it's like 21 days of no TV. And it's like, I need that. I know that this fast is going to be powerful. And if you want to join, you should join, because it'll be great. But like, I know that this fast is about to be powerful because I need it. I need it. I feel like God is about to accelerate me. I feel like he's about to push me into my destiny. I feel like he's about to do these things, so that's why the warfare is so intense. But I'm just like, girl, you got to make sure that you're responding the right way. You have to make sure that you're not continuously walking in disobedience. I know where disobedience gets you, even if it's delayed. So I'm like, God, I want to be in your will. I just had said in my 23 things I learned in 2020, I want to be so good in God's will. I want to be listening to him. I want to hear him. I want to follow him so deeply that he doesn't have to course correct me. Girl, we 5 days in, and why do you have to be course corrected? Because you haven't truly been sitting with God long enough. I feel like God has me doing so much, and I'm allowing that to be an excuse. And it's like, no, God knows what you're capable of. He's not going to put too much on your plate if he knows that you can't steward all of it well. He knows what you can handle. You're just choosing to handle what you want to handle first, instead of sitting with God and asking him, how much time do I get this? How much time do I get this? It's like, when I get focused on something, I'm just focused on that one thing, and God is like, no, what I'm calling you to, you're gonna have to be able to multitask. You're gonna have to be able to steward well over multiple things. How do you desire to be a wife and be a mother and be an entrepreneur and walk in ministry if you can't even steward well the things that you have now. I can't even add a husband. I can't add a child. I can't add all of these things on your plate if you can't even show me that you can handle what you have in front of you already. And so I'm trying to figure out like how to just, you know, do all of the things. Then on top of that, my grandma, she been in the hospital. So I'm just like, God, your girl is tired. I'm tired. But nevertheless, his will, not mine. I know I'm gonna be okay. I know it's all gonna work together for my good, because I am truly living a surrendered life. Sometimes I do, you know, I do be a little lost in the sauce. I do be like, all right, God, I'm good, you know, be ducking and dodging because he be asking so much of me. But nevertheless, I'm excited for what he is doing in my life. I know that 2024 is going to be one for the books. I see it already. It's just, we're literally, I think it's the 5th. We're literally, how many days in? We're literally just 5 days in, and y'all, God has done so much already. So I know that this is about to be an amazing year. But I know that I have to really be aware of what season I'm in, so that I know how to fight back when it comes to the enemy. I need to truly, this needs to be my year of radical obedience. I need to be radically obedient. When God says move, I need to move. When he says jump, I need to say how high. When he says quit, I need to quit. When he says go, I need to go. I just have to truly believe that he is a provider, and that if he's done it before, he will do it again, because he is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. He didn't stop being a provider when it came down to me. He provided for people before, and he's provided for me before. And I'm having to also take note of what he has done in the past. I'm like, girl, you was unemployed for almost 2 years and you lacked absolutely nothing. Those 2 years I was unemployed, I seen the most money I had seen in a very long time. So it's just like, girl, you know God will provide. And I think it's a little different this time, because back when I was unemployed, I was living with my mom. So it's just like, I ain't had no real bills for real. But this time I'm like, God, I got car note, I got rent, I got electricity, I got Wi-Fi, I got subscriptions, like I got groceries, like I got all of these different things. So it's like, that's a lot to depend on him to provide for, but I know that he can do it. And it's like, girl, you gotta stop limiting God. It goes back to what I said in that last vlog, when God was just like, you don't have faith to believe that you are worthy or deserving enough of what I want to do in your life. And it's just like, I'm trying to break that mindset. I'm trying to break free from not feeling as though God can do it for me. Like, I am an heir of Jesus, so therefore this is my inheritance. I deserve the nice things. I deserve a quality life. I deserve not even the things that I want, but I deserve the things that I need. I deserve to have a quality lifestyle. I deserve to not lack anything, and it's okay to feel like that, because we serve a God. The things that we go through in life is nothing but a little things to God. It's nothing but a little things to him. So it's like, if I feel like I deserve more, I deserve more. And I'm letting him know, like, you forsaking the righteous right now, because I'm living a righteous life, and that means you going back on your word. So I'm gonna need you to show up. I'm putting him in remembrance, like his word says. I'm putting him in remembrance. I know what you have spoken over me. I know what you have declared. I know what has been prophesied over my life. And yeah, so I just wanted to come and, like, I feel a little better, like, releasing what I'm feeling, because yeah, your girl was tired. I'm like, I need to release this, but I don't know. And like, I could talk to my friends about it, of course, but I feel like I've created this space to where I'm being open, honest, and transparent. And it's like, y'all my family now. Some of y'all be writing me and stuff, and I just feel like if we locked in, ain't no switching up. Like, I can't write all of y'all and tell everybody what's going on, but I can talk to the camera so all of y'all can see it. So hey, We in this thing together. We're all in this together. Some, and you know, like, no, for real. So I'm like, this would be a great journal entry. Like, here you go, me talking about God and what he doing and what he up to. But one thing I do know is I would not be like them Israelites and not making it to my full-on promised land because of my murmuring and complaining. So I'm like, God, I'm gonna say this and I'm leaving it alone. I'm letting it go, because you won't catch me slipping. You won't be like God won't be like, girl, you was 2 days away from entering into the promised land, but that mouth of yours shut you down, shut you up, and it stopped you from walking into it. So I'm like, let me go, release, be a little vulnerable like God told me to do, or whatever, and then I'm letting it go. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm really about to chill out. It's Friday night. I ain't got no man, I ain't got no kids, I got a job, but you know, they ain't about nothing, because they, Lord forgive me. Yeah, so it's Friday night, so I'm about to chill. I'm about to watch a little TV. I probably need to get off of TV. That's probably why my mind is really clouded, because I've been watching some stuff that, it's not that stuff I shouldn't be watching, but I don't feel like it's conducive to the spiritual space that I'm in right now. So I probably should put on like a sermon or something. Not even gonna hold you. Maybe watch The Chosen, or go on Pureflix and watch some type of Christian film. I don't know. I just feel like I need to feed my mind, feed my spirit, feed my soul. Like, I just thank God that throughout all of this, my flesh isn't screaming at me. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, can you imagine, yo, you've created an idol. You kind of like, sort of like walking in disobedience a little bit, and then on top of that, you add your flesh into the mix. No, the other day I found myself, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what is going on? Like, the hormones was hormoning, and I'm like, God, what is this? I'm like, I know you're not gonna take, you know, that desire away, that burn for passion away, but I'm like, you gonna have to help me out. And literally I prayed about it, and you know, it ceased for a little while. And so I'm like, thank you God, because we wasn't adding that onto the plate, because my flesh was not about to be fighting my spirit in this season of my life. Like, I'm too close to meeting my man for me to be giving into temptation. And so I do need to watch, I do need to be more mindful of what I'm watching though, because this show that I was watching now, I'm noticing that they have a lot of scenes, and I'm not trying to open no door. I'm not trying to do any of that, because I feel like if I keep doing that, it's going to open the door. In the space that I'm in right now, I feel like the enemy is going to try me. And it's like, no. I'm not even finna open the door or give him a foothold to try to step in and try to play with me, because he already then tried it. And you know what, while we're here, let me stop giving the enemy so much credit, because he don't deserve none of that. Most of the reason why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling is because of my own decisions. I chose to stay at this job. The enemy didn't make me stay here. So you know what? Scratch all of that. I am the reason I'm going through what I'm going through. The enemy has no part in this. Yes, he sees where I'm at, and so he tried to play with my mind, but I got to this space for him to play with me because of my own decisions, because of my own disobedience, because of my own lack of faith, because of my own lack of unbelief. Like, so I'm in this place, and now I've created this space for the enemy to try to come in, but I wouldn't be in this space if I knew who my father was, and I stood 10 toes down on what his word has said and what he has spoken over my life. So you know what? The enemy gets no credit. This is all Kiara. Kiara, you did this. You need to check yourself. You need to get it together. You need to work on your trust. You need to work on your heart. You need to work on your mind. You need to work on believing that God is who God said he is, and God is going to do what God said he's going to do. And that's just that on that. So yeah, I don't know, I don't know what's in store for me. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm supposed to start classes January the 16th. But as of right now, I don't feel like God is telling me to pursue this. So yeah, but I do know that he is telling me to start my business. So I'm gonna link my business page in the description box, so y'all can go and follow. Ain't no post or nothing, but I have started working on my shirts, and I got a lot of stuff in store. I'm finishing my website, and hopefully I will be able to launch by the middle of February. That's the goal. That's what I'm hoping for. One of my friends was like, you got till February the 2nd to get it together, and I was like, oh girl, not you put me on a time frame. Is you God? I ain't think so. But no, I love her. I love how she's pushing me. I love how my friends are so supportive. I thank God for this community that I have. And here I go rambling. I thank God for my community though, because everybody holds me accountable. We hold each other accountable. I have some amazing women in my life. I thank God that even in my lowest moments, I can always depend on them. When I can't pray, I know that I got people interceding and praying on my behalf. I found this so beautiful the other day. I was talking to my best friend because we hadn't talked on the phone in a good minute, and she had did the Year of the Bride fast, and we was talking about like her expectations or whatever. And one of the things that she had put on there, and she was just like, I pray that Kiara will meet her husband, and when they see each other, that they would know each other. And I just thought that was so powerful. Like, out of all of the things you can ask for, the one thing that you asked for was for God to send me my husband and for us to know each other. And I just thought that was so beautiful. I'm just like, God, you have blessed me with some amazing women, and I'm just so grateful for my community. When y'all watch this, know that I love y'all. And this year is up and it's stuck. Like, we all might be going through a little something right now. We might be going through the storm, but we got to remember that trouble don't last always. Trouble don't last always. Trouble don't last always. Like, God got us, and we're gonna come through this thing. We're gonna come through this thing, and we're gonna come out of it bigger, better, bolder than we ever been. And I'm just so excited. I'm excited to see how God catapults us in this next season, of life. I just know that we're going to another level. We're ascending, and whew, I'm just so grateful. I'm just so grateful for the people that God has in my life right now. I thank God for my family. They support me in every way that they can. I thank God that He continues to lay me on the hearts and minds of people, to where people pour into me in the moments that I need it. It's just like God knows exactly who to send and have them to say what they need to say, so that I can receive what it is that I need. Because sometimes my mind be so clouded and so loud, I can't hear Him. But because He loves me so much, He's gonna make sure I get the message somehow, some way, by any means of communication. He's going to make sure I get it. So I just thank God for being faithful. I thank Him for loving me. I thank Him for caring for me. And I just thank God that this is the last season that I will lack. That my my latter will be greater than my former. That this will be an amazing year for me. I know it. I'm 5 days in, and I'm already seeing breakthrough. I'm going through hell, but I'm seeing breakthrough as I'm going through. So it's just like I'm pushing through. 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 And I can see on the other side. Sometimes I've been in situations where I can't see the breakthrough. I can't see the healing. I can't see the deliverance. I can't see the good that's coming out of it. But this time I can see. Like, I see everything that's in my path. I see what I gotta go through. I see what I gotta push. I see what I gotta fight. I see the things that I need to separate so that I can get to where I'm going. And I'm so thankful and so grateful that God has given me spiritual vision, so that I know what I need to fight against, what I know I need to close the doors on. So I'm able to see these things. Even when I feel like I can't hear Him, He's still allowing me to see. So I thank God for giving me spiritual vision. And I just pray that He will continue to renew my mind, so that my mind will be back set on Him, so I'll be able to hear Him speak. I know that this fasting, this consecrating that we're about to do with the church is going to help, and I'm so excited, because this is what I need. So yeah, that's all. I'm not gonna stretch this video out. I'm gonna leave it there. I pray that God will continue to bless you. I pray that if you're going through anything in life, that you will stand firm on what God has spoken to you, and know that joy comes in the morning. Rejoice now, thank Him now, and stay in a posture of thanksgiving, because God is gonna do exactly what He said He's gonna do. His word says He is a man who shall not lie. So therefore he has to do what it is that he has spoken. There fell not any good thing that was spoken into the house of, insert your name. It all came to pass. It's coming to pass for you. It's coming to pass for me. God is working that thing out, and we will come through it greater, better, and more healed, more set free than we ever were before. So I thank God that we are wealthy. We are wealthy. We are wealthy in the mind. We're wealthy in the spirit, and we're wealthy in our finances. We will not lack. We will not lack mental clarity. We will not lack financial bliss. We will not lack being spiritually fed. We will not lack anything. We will be full, and we will be wealthy in all areas of life, because that's what God has spoken. I love you, and be blessed. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Some things really happen for the better.